I need my microphone? What was I thinking? How we doing a show without a microphone? Even though I think I can talk loud enough, we are going to be on the mic. Did my caption, did my thing update? Hold on, y'all. I don't think it updated. Oh, I did. I updated it. Okay. Because what is written in my chat says something totally different. I know I'm on here late. That's because I was watching the WNBA. I told y'all they in playoffs. They're in the semifinals. It's the Phoenix Mercury against the Minnesota Lynx. And it is the Las Vegas Aces against the Indiana Fever. Now, the Fever won the first game. It is the best out of 5 games. Or as you know, if they win, I think 3 straight. Yeah, because it's out of 5. If they win 3 straight, they move on. But they get in the works right now, and I knew that was going to happen because the Aces, coming off of their win and how they beat Seattle, and then having to come and play, I felt as though it's always like one game where they're always a little bit down, and then I knew they was going to put BTA today. I knew that coming in. I knew that. So yeah, the Mercury and the Lynx, I feel like they tied 1-1 now because the Mercury came back out of a 20-point deficit to come back and shoot, score, and win in OT. So that's a little bit tougher. I think Alyssa Thomas over there, we already know she was a brilliant player and star when she was with Connecticut. So didn't expect anything less. It's going to be a good series, way better than the Golden State Valkyrie, and I think Minnesota has to wake up a little bit, and it's like this is not the same team that she just was playing in the first round, but I feel like Game 3, I think Minnesota's going to be a little more ready. As I said before in my previous video, I think that Minnesota is going to be, right now Minnesota is the front runner, but the Las Vegas Aces are also like right there, so it's like tied. In the finals, I think most people want to see Minnesota and Las Vegas. But that's just my opinion. I don't know. You can feel free to let me know what you think about that. But I'm here now. They're still playing. So the game is on my screen. So if you see me glancing over, that's because I'm watching the game over here on my screen. And that's just all the things that I'm doing. Okay? So let's play the intro video so we can go ahead and get into the other topics. But I had to touch on the WNBA playoffs because they're going on right now, and I want you guys to tune in. And I've been rocking with them. I've posted a video on my story from TikTok where I just watched the glow up that I had because the videos before were great content. It was great content, but the quality was not quite there. And now I feel like my quality is there. I've come a very long way. Like when I first started, and I was supposed to play my intro video, but I'm just yapping along. But it's all right. When I first started, I was recording on my phone, and I was tearing up my phone storage because why are you recording 20, 30, 40-minute videos on your phone? Right? Because my computer webcam was trash. Okay. And then I was like, all right, I upgraded and I got a little rinky dink webcam, and I was like, this is not really, and then I was gifted the camera that I'm on now. And eventually I want to go to an actual production camera. But the thing is, because I be going live, I feel as though it's easier for me to just to go live like this than for me to have a camera and set all it up. But as I grow, I will go. And I want that to be motivational for you guys. As you grow, you will go. So don't worry about where you are now. Just worry about where you're going. Take the steps that you can, do the best that you can do with what you got, and just continue to thrive ahead. If you're chasing the dream, chase the dream. If you're just trying to figure it out as you go. I've been the person who's been figuring out as I go since. From when I started covering games and I was using a freaking karaoke mic so now I have lavaliers, and I really want to get an actual wireless mic because I like to talk and I want to be able to have my little square thing on there. Like I have goals to where I want to go, but I'm just doing what I can do to get by until I get to where I want to be. So let that be a motivational part for you, that it doesn't matter right now where you are, as long as you're going, as long as you start, as long as you don't give up, you're going to get to wherever you're trying to get. Trust and believe, because 2 years ago, I was on my phone and my quality was not that great, so just keep going. That's all. That's just the main thing. Let's keep the main thing the main thing. And the main thing is to just keep going. Okay? So, yeah, we're going to keep going over here. And I will see you guys right after the intro. Welcome back to the Daily Dose with Des. Admit it. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it loud. Got you feeling so proud. This is how we do it now. Daily Dose with Des. Got you coming back for more. Something is going on with the live. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Okay. This is how I do quality control, and I gotta check it. So give me a second. I gotta make sure everything is going. Everything is flowing. L the ebbs and flows. Okay. There we go. Make sure you hit the like button. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Okay. Boom. We got to do quality control around here, y'all. Okay, anyway, so we're going to move on. So because I was talking about the NBA, the WNBA, I don't know why I do that. I my last video, I made a statement saying such and such in the NBA, and I was talking about Paige, and I meant to say WNBA. So just, y'all, sometimes I just assume that we know. Okay? But since we're continuing to talk about the WNBA, we have the history maker herself. A'ja Wilson becomes the MVP for the WNBA for the 4th time. She now has surpassed the greats that are above her, and she has made her mark, getting her 4th MVP. And it was such a beautiful moment. For some reason, like, the videos was not allowing me to screen record them, because y'all know I would have recorded them. I would have shared them. But the videos were so heartwarming. The way that she was just super full of with emotions, and they did at the practice facility. Her parents were there, and they were in pink wigs, and they had the flowers for her. Bam came out and gave her the trophy, and it was like, when I seen it, I was like, they get married. Okay? I love how they support each other. I love how they're there with each other. I love how they're loving each other out loud. And now that they have made it public, I mean, I really think that it was forced to go public. And we all know when the mayor of Miami called her out when it was BAM Day or whatever, that's when it was kind of like forced to go a little bit more public than I think that they wanted to. But I also like how they've kept their relationship private, but still it's not a secret. You know what I'm saying? It's private, but it's not a secret. Everybody knows, and you see them wearing each other clothes and just being supportive of each other. And I just love to see it, like a person that's loving you out loud, and is not afraid or ashamed. I mean, either way, they was gonna get caught eventually anyway. They are big, tall people. Come on, we can see y'all. We can see y'all from 4 miles away. Y'all are tall and beautiful, you know. So eventually it was going to come out anyway, but I love the fact that they are so involved in each other's biggest moments and so celebratory with each other. And it's like, they gonna get married. That's what I thought. They gonna get married. But nonetheless, this woman is amazing, and I've said it and I've vouched for it before. To me, when we're talking about one of the faces of the WNBA, it's like, no question asked. She is one of the faces of the WNBA, and has carried it for years now, and continues to show why she is who she is. Like, she's exactly who she thinks she is. She's her, and continuously just showing it on and off the court why she is such an amazing just athlete, amazing person, just an amazing addition to this sport and to the craft of what she does. And whether you like it or not, she's unapologetically her. And I think that it's just something amazing. It's something that, you know, we need to continue to rant and rave about when we're talking about our female figures who are doing great things, not only just in their profession, but also in the world. You know, so I think these are the people that we need to be highlighting and celebrating consistently over and over again, so people get tired of seeing it, so people get tired of hearing it. I'm never tired of saying it. So we're going to continue to celebrate over here, but I just had to give her congratulations. And what do we do around here? We give a round of applause for the great accomplishment and for making history and letting it be known that you can be everything that you want to be and more. Clock it. Okay? We're going to move on from that. And now we're going to go on to some not so good news. Okay? So it came out first that the Seattle Storm is not renewing Noelle Quinn's, she was the head coach, not renewing her contract. And allegedly they have, you know, got rid of everybody. The whole coaching staff. They fired everybody. Y'all gotta go. They said, how could you get us all the way there to the playoffs and you couldn't even beat the Las Vegas Aces? Which I think is kind of unfair because you're talking about the Las Vegas Aces, man. You're not talking about a team, and this is no tea, no shade when I say this, but you're not talking about, in my opinion, like, yes, the Atlanta Dream was very good this season, but they're not even in comparableness, in my opinion, when you're talking about the two. So it's no way that I don't know what the expectation was. I'm not really sure of that. Maybe the expectation was to go ahead and win all the way, you know? And unfortunately, it just didn't get there, but they got hell of a close. Yeah, and I just said that, hell of a close. They got hell of a close. They just couldn't close it out. Was it the coaching? Maybe. Was it the players? Maybe. Could have been both? Possibly. But Noelle Quinn is now going to be out of a job. At least for now. She could very much go somewhere else and be a coach. Maybe she fits the scheme of somebody else. Maybe she fits their system over there. But she is going to be out. And that really sucks. It does. But I really hope that she gets a landing spot where she has a chance to turn things around for their team, for that organization. She just couldn't quite do it with the Storm. So I do wish her the best in her next chapter, in her next career goal. And we shall see. We will keep tabs. Y'all know we keep tabs over here. We do. Another person who is not going to be renewed for her contract after her team won the championship last year. Yes, the New York Liberty won the championship last year with Sandy. And this year, they could not beat the Mercury. And Javad. Well, she's not getting her contract renewed. And you know what? This brings me up. It's funny because I think 2 or 3 days ago, if that, there was a viral clip going on because a reporter asked Brianna Stewart and was it Sabrina? I think Sabrina was in the post game and asked her, do you think, or how do you feel, or what are you saying about the reports coming out that your coach should not be here next year? And they were stunned. They were like, what? Like, what kind of question is that? And, you know, they had her back. And then, boom. Contract not being renewed. Yeah, you were good, but you weren't good enough. You brought us the championship, but that's not enough when you can't even get us into the semifinal round of the playoffs. So we think we're done with you. We think we're good. We've seen all that we needed to see. I think this was a little piss poor. And I don't have too much to say about it because I haven't been 100% in on the WNBA this year as I have been previous seasons, and I'll get back to it. But I don't think that it warrant her contract not being renewed after she just led this team to the championship. And I think you can look at it and say, well, what has been going on? What is going on? Like, what can we do to make this better? How can we make this better? You know, to not get to this point next year, to be better next year. I think players could have played a little bit better. Maybe coaching could have been better too. But I definitely did not see this one coming at all. At all. I expected to see the Dallas Wings fire their coach before the New York Liberty did. Again, I think she'll have a great landing spot. She is a good coach. I think that she'll have a great opportunity with whatever team decides that they want to sign her. Hell, send her to Seattle Storm. That'll be a gag. Or maybe she'll go coach for one of these collegiate teams. I'm not really sure, but I think that this was a little bit premature on their end, and that's just my opinion. But she will not be the coach come next season. Sucks kind of for her. And you know, while I'm at it, another one that won't be returning for the current season, Mike Gundy. Yeah. Oklahoma State said, you know what? We have so much love and respect for you. You were a previous player, Heisman winner. You put on for us. We love that you've been here for so long. We love that you spent the last 21 seasons here with us, but we don't love how we, lost to Tulsa. We don't love how we are 1-3, 1-2, whatever their record. Let me make sure I got the record straight. Make sure I got the record straight. I like that. I like that. They are 1-2. So let me set the record straight for you. They are 1-2. He's been there for 21 seasons. He was a previous player, one hell of an athlete. And they said, we gave you the respect to let you stay this long, but Tulsa, you lose to Tulsa, that's the drawing line. That's it. You gotta go. You can't come back. Fired on his day off, yeah. They probably went to practice today, but yeah. They said, this is not what we want for our program. We want our program to be better. We want our program to be more explosive, and we want our program to not lose to Tulsa. So because you can't do those things, and because, for the past whatever seasons, we have not been the greatest team, we don't think that coaching this team is actually for you. And I think it reminds me of good old Pittsburgh, where they kind of hold on to their players because of the loyalty and the relationship that they built with them. And it's like, that it's time to let it go, but you still hold on to it. And sometimes you're holding on to it to the detriment of your program. And I think at this point, they were like, okay, if we don't change something now, then we're going to have this guy for another 20 years. And our program is going to suck for another 20 years. So maybe that's how they were looking at it. And they were like, we would rather cut our losses now because this is unacceptable. This is something we cannot do. We're trying to get, better and further along with college football. They're going to have a hard time anyway because NIL has now hit the surface. So you got to pay to play. You do. So maybe they got some money on somewhere. Maybe, cutting their losses with him opens up some money. I'm not really sure about that situation over there. But I do know that they said you got to go, Mike. Mike, we love you, but you got to go. We don't know where you got to go, but you got to get the hell up out of here. Yep, your time's up. So Mike is no longer employed. He lost his job. You about to lose your job. You about to lose your job. Get this dance. Y'all know that's my song. Every time somebody lose their job, I'm not laughing because he lost his job. I'm laughing because I said that was my song. Somebody else that is losing their job. Mr. Unlimited. Mr. Unlimited. Mr. Unlimited has been limited to the bench. Yes, he has. The Giants announced today that they will be starting Jaxson Dart. They also signed the Falcons' previous kicker, Koo Woo. Tell me the name, chat. Koo. They signed him too. They said, we got to turn things around quickly. They saw how Malik Neighbors was upset and bothered. And I would have been too. I'm not even going to hold you. I'm not even going to hold you. Scatterboo was their whole entire offensive scheme. It was not working out. It was not working out. I don't know, Russell throwing the ball up the tunnel, trying to run and getting knocked down. It was a mess. The whole game was a mess, but the last quarter was a mess. And it really annoyed me to the point I'm like, why am I watching this right now? I've seen all I needed to see. And that's exactly what the Giants said. The Giants said, we have seen all that we have needed to see. And I knew something was coming up because they kept putting Dart in at certain plays. He's over there studying his arm thing. They got the plays on their arm and stuff. So he's over there studying, trying to get it figured out. I knew it was coming. Even though he played outstanding at Dallas, I felt that it was coming because they just kept trying to sprinkle Dart in a little bit, sprinkle Dart in there. And granted, he is the future of the organization. So I understand why you want to get him sprinkled in. I don't think, if Russell is not playing that great either, then at the end of the day, having Dart play against the Chargers is no different. What's going to happen? The Chargers are lighting it up though. Literally lighting it up. So they're really going to go in here and prove themselves. But I think they felt, okay, we've put him in there a little bit. I don't think that they put him in there and they used his skills to the best of their ability. Like when they put him in for against the Chiefs, it was like, what is this? What are we doing? What is this play? I'm not really sure what's happening here. Why did you put him in for this? What? But I think that they feel like the only thing that could happen is that we stay the same because we are already worse. We already suck. The worst that can happen is that we stay the same. The worst that can happen is that we lose. But if we get him in here now, he's going to get acclimated. He's going to be fine. And then they're going to go face, I think, the Eagles after that. The schedule is really hard coming up. And could you use some veteran presence? Yes, you could against these teams. But like I said, they felt as though they seen out that all they could see. They've seen enough with Russell, and Russell is being benched. So the next 5 games for the Giants are Chargers, Saints, Eagles, Broncos, Eagles. I do think that they can beat the Saints based off what I saw. The Broncos, I do feel like they can beat the Broncos, but I also feel like this is going to be in Denver. I feel like by the time we get into October, I think Bo Nix is going to, start to flourish again. I think that the Broncos is going to work it out, and they got Sean Payton over there. So I never count the Broncos out. Are they beatable? Yes. Do I think that the Giants can beat them? Yes. But also, no. Because I think once teams get into, week 7, week 8, week 9, once they get into the groove of these things, it starts to unfold. It's like a flower when it blooms. I feel like this is the blooming point for a lot of teams when they get to, again, week 7 through 9. So I think that by the time they get to Denver, it's going to be a different story. It's going to be a different story from what we see now in Denver. So I think that's going to be a toss-up. That's going to be a toss-up. And I'll actually be at that game. Okay. I'll actually be at that game. So I'm going to be there live, y'all. I'm going to go live from there. I need to do a raffle though. I need to get these followers and things up. I need to get it up. But that's all I gotta say about this. Jaxson Dart is going to start, and we will see how he is. We will see what he does. I think he looks great in preseason. I think he looks phenomenal. But preseason is in regular season is a big juice up. So I think it's going to be a thing to really see what he can do. Mm-hmm. Okay, I had to take a moment of silence. I'm not gonna say I told y'all. I'm not gonna say that because we already know that. You can go back and look at the other videos. Okay? I'm not gonna say I told y'all so. I'm not gonna do it to y'all. What I am gonna say though is that so far Daniel Jones or Indiana Jones has earned himself $300,000 in incentives. So with his signing contract, he gets $100,000 for each win that he has with the Colts. So part of me was like, well, my golly, no wonder why he's winning. No wonder why he's turned up. If you're going to tell me you're going to give me $100,000 for every game that I win, I'm going to win every game that I can win. I'm trying to go undefeated. So understandable, right? Because Daniel Jones has been on one. He's been turned up. And shawty, we all the way turned up. Yeah, turned up. He has been turned up. And rightfully so. He got the money on the line. He already got a big contract going in there. And then he got incentives too. Yeah. 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 I would be winning too. I would be winning. Ball would be in the most secure hands every game. Yes. Yes, it would. It would so. And I yeah. The Colts system looks really, really good. So far, they've been turning it up. They've only had to punt one time in the last 3 games. They are 3-0. They are choo-choo marching down the season. They're doing well. And I said that every time until Daniel Jones shows me something different, I'm going to say that we already know, he was not the problem in New York. Wasn't the problem. New York is the problem. New York is the problem. But, I mean, don't let me tell y'all that. Y'all should already know that. Y'all know that. Yeah. They're going to get a real challenge against the Rams, even though the Rams seem to let up in the fourth quarter. So that could be their shining moments. But they're going to get a challenge with the Rams. Don't really think they're going to be a challenge too much with the Raiders. I think that they will beat the Raiders. If they continue to play how they've been playing, they will definitely beat the Raiders. If they continue to play how they've been playing, they can beat the Cardinals. Because every time I think that the Cardinals have it figured out, they don't. They don't. Okay? I do not think they will beat the Chargers. I don't think they will beat the Chargers. I think they will beat the Titans. I think they can beat the Titans. From what I've seen so far, they can beat the Titans. And it's still very early in the season. Pittsburgh, we're not going to talk about that. We're not even going to get me upset right now. The Falcons, I think they can beat the Falcons too. I think they can beat the Falcons too. I do think that the Falcons are going to turn it around. I think they're going to figure it out, but I do think that they could beat the Vikings. So right now, Daniel Jones got a couple more bands coming to him. He do. He got a couple more bags coming to him. I can already feel it. Mm-hmm. The Rams are going to be a challenge, but Daniel Jones has a great system around him. The players are playing like they want to win. They are playing with tenacity and fierceness and grit. And Daniel Jones got money on the line. Okay? So the best way to get everybody to play, Daniel Jones, you better pay. I'm just the messenger. I am just the messenger, okay? Now this one is kind of sad to me, and I hate it. I hate it. Rudi Johnson, who is a former Bengal, has passed away at the age of 45. There has been reports that he allegedly struggled with CTE and severe mental health issues, and that his death is looking to be a suicide. And I hope I don't get blocked for saying that because I did not X out any of the words. But it really sucks because CTE, and I've done a video or two about CTE and how it's a major thing. You cannot fix CTE. You cannot cure it. You cannot do anything besides to let your brain just dissolve. And that is the most saddest and most horrific, scariest thing ever. And this is why I say if the players want to wear the Guardian caps, who gives a hoot? Let them wear the Guardian cap. Okay? Because if it can stop something like this happening to someone, then I'm all for it. But I send up my prayers and my condolences to his family and his former teammates and everybody else who had a relationship with him, because this is really sad to see that, the NFL has lost one of their great players. So yeah. Okay. Now we're going to move off the sad stuff. I just had to throw that in there. Okay. Only talk about sad stuff when it's athletes. Okay. If it's not athletes, then I don't be talking about it. Another sad day, but also like, this guy just didn't have the best of luck from the start. From the firecracker darn near putting out his eye to where he had to walk around. He almost had to have a patch, walking around like a pirate, to now his Achilles. He just can't get right. He can't get right. Didn't have the career he wanted to have in Pittsburgh. Was super excited to leave Pittsburgh. Super excited to be back home in LA. Super excited to just be, with the Chargers and a team that he felt that he really could grow on and really could develop in his career, especially where he's at. Like, he's not, he's not a spring chicken no more. He didn't waste the time in Pittsburgh. I'm not saying that. That's kind of like what he said. And then boom, Achilles. And when I saw the play, I was like, dang, it just kept on going. He went down. And they just kept on going. The play kept on going. And that's something that's something there, right? The job will always keep on going, regardless if you were there or not. Regardless if you were there or not, the job and the show must go on, and it will go on. So take the time off. If you sick, don't go into work. Because the show gonna go on regardless if you there or not. That's what that play showed me. I said, wow. Granted, it was a good play, so you didn't want it to stop. But when I seen him hit the ground and he was grasping what looked like the ankle / Achilles, the back of that heel, I said, oh, my brother is done. Finito. He's done. So wishing him a healthy surgery. I think he had to get surgery. I say healthy surgery. A good surgery, speedy recovery, and he can come back healthy tenfold and hopefully have at least one season where he has the career that he wants to have. That sucks. And another person where I'm like super duper, I feel sorry for, and I feel super duper bad because this person has been through a lot. And it's like, dude can't catch a break either. James Conner. I feel like this may be bad to say, but I feel like once you leave Pittsburgh, your career, it goes to the tanks. That's what I feel like. Because Le'Veon Bell, AB, James Conner, Najee Harris, like, the careers don't be careering once you leave the burg. They don't. But he has been through so much, from beating cancer, defying the odds, working really hard to be healthy and strong and fit. He looked great out there with the Cardinals. I was like, woo, this boy having a game. It was a game before he got hurt. I said, I love to see it. I love to see it working out. And then now it ain't working out. He got an ankle / foot injury, has to get surgery, season ending. He's done. Finito. No mas. And that sucks. That really, really sucks. Real bad. But I hope that he has a good surgery and a speedy recovery, because my golly, sucks. Another person that I forgot to put the picture on here, Mike Evans is hurt and with his hamstrings. And did you, fun fact, this is the only reason why I'm bringing it up, because he's going to be out for a few weeks, but fun fact, ever since 2019, he has had a hamstring injury nearly every season. Every season, he has had some type of hamstring leg injury. He need new hamstrings. Mm-hmm. He need new hamstrings, because what he doing ain't working. The stretching ain't working. It ain't working. The hamstrings is tired. They said we are tired of this, and you keep doing it to us. We're done. Hang it up. Flat screen. Plasma. If you know, you know. If you know, you know that reference. But yeah, so he'll be out for a few weeks as he recovers with a hamstring injury. Another one that will be out for a few weeks, but his picture is not up here, y'all. CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb will be out for the next 4 to 6 weeks, if I remember correctly, with his high ankle sprain. And it was they tried to do us dirty. CeeDee Lamb was on my parlay card, and he got out because he was hurt, and then they tried to put him back in there. I need my refund on my money. He need to be grayed out. He not playing no more. How you gonna put him in there and he limping? He limping down the field. What ball he gonna catch with that? He couldn't even concentrate. He said, "Oh no, this hurts." Rightfully so. You gonna make it worse out there trying to run down the field. What is we doing? What is we doing? This Dallas. Somebody better trade for Tyreek Hill. I don't know. Somebody better go get him. He need to go back to Kansas City. He want to go back to Kansas City. They need to make amends. They need to make amends. Bridge the gap and bring him back. They could use him. I love Thornton. He's the only one that shows like he really want to be on that team. They're working in Noah Gray more for the Chiefs. Good. I don't think Kelsey's not no longer the guy, in my opinion. From what I saw from the past 2 or 3 games that I watched, something's not right. Something's not there. I don't know what it is. But they have too many. When I think of it, like Hollywood Brown, Thornton, that's his name, right? Thornton? Noah Gray, Travis Kelce, like they just have and the rookie guy, too many weapons, too many assets for the team to be looking like they looking. Too many. So I think they got to figure it out. I think Thornton really wants to be there. He is playing like he wants to be there, and that's what matters. That's what matters. Yeah. So I say keep him in the game. Make him the guy. Pittsburgh. I wore this sweater. Yeah, I was looking for this sweater for about 2 years. No lie. I've been looking for this sweater because it's super duper cute. So I love this, like it gives me like old rustic throwback. I just think I look super cute, and I love how it's going across the chest. I'm not a big person anyway, so like if I would have got a bigger size, it would have went into my arms, like on the side. That would have been super cute too, but I needed to get my size this time. So this, got the logo. I love the color block. I love the color block. Just like I love the bumblebee. If somebody can find me a bumblebee jersey, kid size, because I'm not a big person. So my jersey that I have for TJY is a kid size jersey. So I'm not a big person, y'all. I need to find me a bumblebee jersey. If you watch this, if you're seeing this, find it for me. Because I've been searching. And I have not found it. And sometimes I get distracted. When I'm searching, I see something else that I like and I buy something else. And I'm like, oh, no. Okay. I have so many, I have like 2 salute the service jackets. One is the right size and one is not. And I wear both of them. I do have an extra pair of these like cute little Steelers Ugg boots that I have. I'm going to give those away, but I got to reach a certain number of followers yet, so I'm going to announce the giveaway soon. But anyway, anywho, this little cute little sweater. I was supposed to say, I was trying to say hoodie and sweater at the same time. And on the back, I think it's super cute because on the back, it's a Pittsburgh. Super cute, ain't it? What's on? Super cute. It's so cute. It's so cute. Okay, let me tie this up. Yeah. And my house is cold. That's why I got on a hoodie. But anyway, yeah. So Pittsburgh and the Vikings are going to Ireland. Okay. And there are going to be like, this is like an honorary and celebration of the Rooney family and all they have done, and really just trying to expand the NFL over into the international waters. I feel like at some point there's going to be an NFL team in one of these other countries. I feel like Mexico may be the first country to get the international team because I feel like they do a lot of stuff in Mexico and Brazil as well. They have already expanding the flag football teams and all that stuff into those other countries. So I feel like, you know, they want it to really be National Football League, but I really think they want it to be international, but they're not going to change the name. So they're going to expand. They want to have fans all over the place, and rightfully so. I understand the NFL is all about the bag. They're going to get their money on any way that they can. So that makes sense of why they're expanding. The Jacksonville Jaguars have had an overseas game in London for years now. A lot of people were saying that they think that the Jacksonville team will be the team that moves over there, but I do not think that Duval County is letting the Jaguars go anywhere. They don't even want them to go to Camping World in Orlando when they got to do their stadium renovations. So I don't foresee that one happening. I think maybe they'll, to me, that's gonna be really hard, like to have like an expansion team to work that out. I haven't really thought about the logistics of that yet because either they're going to have multiple teams over there and they just, but how would they do that? Because they're going to have to play the Super Bowl. But the same way they send them over there and they send them back, I think it's going to be something like that. So they're going to probably expand to maybe at some point, the same way they're expanding to, 18, eventually it's going to be 19 games. They're going to expand. And I think that they'll probably have like 40 teams because then it'll be a little bit more even with the divisions and things like that. So, or they'll maybe have like 36 so they can put a whole, something like that. They're definitely going to expand and they're really trying to figure out the market in all of these different places. So you see all these international games being more expanded now. They're going to different places. You got more international games happening and all of that jazz. The only thing that I said before that I really do not like or appreciate is the fact that I have to get up at 7, 8 o'clock in the morning for me to watch the game if I'm going to watch the game. Really, I should have been in Dublin. That's where I should have been. I should have been in Dublin. I should have planned accordingly. How could I not be in Dublin? Huh? Why? Oh, and it's too late now because it's too late now. Tickets is like $1,000 to get over there. Who got a private jet? Who can take me in the jetty? Somebody gas it up. Okay, I need to be over there. Pittsburgh, I can make some content over there, y'all. Send me. You should want your content creators to be over there with y'all. I feel like if Drake can fly out the streamers and the creators, why can't y'all do the same thing? Y'all got the money. Put me on the plane with everybody else. But that's a dream. Okay, one day we're gonna do that. We're gonna have somebody sponsor us to go somewhere and cover the games, but they're going to be over there. The struggles that Pittsburgh has been going through and what the Vikings look like. Y'all know I do not like to say that Pittsburgh is going to lose. I do not like to say that. I would rather not say anything at all. Really, I would rather not say anything at all. But I really hope that they really pull one out, especially if you're just supposed to be in like celebration of the Rooney family. I need you to pull it out. I need you to do whatever you need to do to win. Whatever you need to do to win. As Baker would say, you ended on our terms, meaning their terms, your terms, the Rooney family terms. Don't go over there and please, Lord. I'm speaking as a fan right now, not a journalist. Please don't go over there and do that. Don't go over there and embarrass us. Because I know Steelers Nation is going to be there. They travel really well. They go everywhere. They're going to be over there with their green tiles. I wonder if I can find me a quick green tile on Amazon They're going to find them green tiles. They're going to have it over there. They're going to be doing it. They're going to rally up. They're going to do what they need to do. Don't embarrass us, Pittsburgh. Please, please, please. Fingers crossed. I'm be up. I have a hard time watching Pittsburgh. I really do. I feel like I'm going to have a cornea or something. Like I'm going to blow a gasket. Okay. The last NFL topic, I really wanted to be the last topic of them all, but I got AB up here. And you're going to be the last topic because I should have pushed him up, but I didn't do that. But the last NFL topic is going to be Mr. CJ Stroud, the one who was officially banned from all of my parlay tickets. Banned. Even if it's like CJ Stroud is going to pass for 0.5 more yards, banned. I'm not picking it. Banned. I'm gonna make a banned list. I need to write it down. Somewhere. I need y'all to understand how serious I am. Okay? All last season that boy lost me money. Okay? So this is banned. And this is real ugly because I'm trying to banned. He is banned from all the parlays. Okay? And he's been having some trouble. He's been having some trouble. We all know. We all see it. The Texans are 0-3. 0-3, should I say. It's like, wait a minute. What has happened here? What is going on here? And I think that we should hear it from CJ himself. Yeah, I think that we should. I think that we should hear it from CJ himself. So without further ado, we're going to let CJ take it over. And we're going to allow him to tell you and tell us why them being 0-3 is, it's Nathaniel, essentially. Okay?
So,
yeah.
I thought we ran the ball well. I thought we somewhat threw it well. It's always better than what you think, but when you lose, of course, it's not good enough. So, there's the sun will rise up tomorrow, and we'll be able to go back to work. So that's a positive, and you got to just keep going forward. Everybody's gonna talk crazy like they've been doing, and have these analyses, and rightfully so. Like that's NFL. You give them an inch, they'll take a mile. So we got to be able to stay together, stick together, stay as a family, stay as a brotherhood, and try to get these things fixed because it's a long season. It's, sucks you start 0-3, but it can be flipped. So
yeah, that's what he said. Yeah, you heard him. See, they played well. They played pretty well. I tried to hold it together. CJ, I understand what he's saying. I get it. I get the notion. I get where he's coming from. I get that he's trying to get the most politically correct answer. I get that he is, keeping his composure. He's not trying to say anything negative. I completely understand that, and as he should. But by now, I feel like there was a little bit of a lack of accountability there because CJ has not played well. And you lose to the Jaguars. So it's just, right? It's just, what's happening? And you are 0-3. Yes, it is a young season. I don't think anybody should panic. If your team is 3-0 or your team is 0-3, your team is 1-2, I don't think that there's any room for panic right now. I don't think there's any room for panic, right? But I think there just was a better way that he could have said that and had it come across. I think that there was just a better way. I think it's simply taking accountability, saying, I thought I would play better. Maybe I thought I would have played a little bit better. I'm going to take accountability for my part. I have to play better. We all have to just step it up like 2 or 3 notches. We're not playing at the expectation that we should be playing at. It's still a very young season, and we're going to keep moving on. Could have kept it very much simple like that. And I just think that it's like, yikes, you can't say that you threw the ball well, you played what they do. Okay? Because if you think you're doing well, that's a little concerning. That's concerning to me and to others that are watching and are like, you're not playing that well. You're not doing that great. So I think that he could have just taken a little bit better accountability. I think that they can turn it around. The same way I think that the Falcons can turn around. The same way that I think that the Panthers are going to continue to be on an upward trajectory, possibly. And other teams that are just trying to work out some of those kinks. I'd like the same way I think that the Chiefs are going to turn it around because I never count out Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. I just do not. I do not do that. Same way I do not count out Sean Payton. I just don't. But I think we shall see. We shall see what CJ and company do in the next coming weeks. Hopefully they can turn it around and hopefully they can look a lot better than what they're looking now. Okay? Because that wasn't the answer, see. See, that wasn't the answer. That wasn't the answer. And of course, people are roasting him on the internet because that's what people do. And rightfully so, because you can't say that you guys played well and you lost. Well, no, you can say you played well and you lost. You can. You can. But in his situation, he cannot because he did not play that well. That was like a yikes moment. Yikes. Yikes. And speaking of yikes, last man on the board, Adrien Bronner is at it again. Okay, so last week or some days ago, he was escorted off of Cameron's It Is What It Is podcast because the young lady who was also there, one of their co-hosts, he was coming on to her and he was making it, she seemed uncomfortable to me. And, Cameron had said that her boyfriend was in the studio and he just told him to like, you need to cut it. Like, stop doing that. Just stop it. And he was like, I just can't help myself. And he just kept doing it. So he was, removed, paid and removed. Now, the paid part, I think he should have paid him maybe off camera. I wouldn't have let people know that I'm paying people to come on your podcast because then I don't believe in necessarily paying people to come on come on your podcast. And I didn't pay people to come do interviews on my podcast. Can there be an incentive? Yes. However, when you pay people to come on your podcast, oftentimes they could lie. And when they do lie, if and when they do lie, excuse me, I don't know why I was jumbling that up. They could say, they paid me to say that. They paid me to come on that platform to say what I said. And now you're in hot water unless you have them signing contracts and things like that. I'm not really sure. I hope that they will cover themselves legally because it is a thing that is very much legally, something that could be a legal issue. But I've seen another podcaster, and she's up there, and she says that she does not pay people to come do interviews because of legal and legalities around that. Having people come on your platform and lie, and then suddenly you're stuck in the middle of that because they're lying on your platform and you paid them to come on there. So now they're thinking that you paid them to come on it and lie. You paid them to come and spread false narratives and news. And that's never what you want. You never want your ass in a lawsuit. I'm just going to say that, frankly. Okay? So he had to get up on out of there. And when I was watching this, I was like, he seems like he's under the influence of something. Either he's drunk or he's high on something because the way that he was kind of slurring, the way he just kept saying it and the way he just was very impulsive. It's like, I can't help myself. And it was like, is you cool? Is everything okay? What did you take? Are you on something? It's not reason why you don't pay people. And they come on your platform and they be taught from the flow up. And now you got to explain why you paid this person to be on your platform inebriated. That's just my opinion, though. It's okay, cool, boom. So this time, there's a video going around, circulating on the internet. You've probably seen it already. But he tries to skip out on his bill at a restaurant. And the bill was $2,200. And he's with a group of people. And the group of people are trying to explain to, the manager, the server, the security, whoever is recording this, whoever is approaching them, of why, they should just let them go. So the backstory is they're used to, hold on, because if you don't know who hopefully y'all know who Adrien Bronner is. This platform is for everybody. So some people know things. I have a lot of people who watch and don't know sports that well, so they watch it. So this is for beginners and the pros. So if you don't know who he is a professional, famous boxer. He was very good, kind of crazy, but to each his own. He hasn't been boxing lately, to my knowledge. But he has used his name, image, and likeliness to go into other restaurants to show up, to promote in any way, or to show that he goes to these places and he eats, he drinks, he hangs out. He, brings in, allegedly, a crowd and clout and all these things that restaurants and clubs will gain from him being in their spot. And they usually allow him to run up a tab, him and his homeboys, and they don't have to pay because he's going in there, he's talking to fans, taking pictures, maybe posting on the story or whatever, saying that he was in their establishment. Unfortunately, this restaurant was like, we don't care nothing about that. We didn't ask you to be here. We didn't DM you and say, hey, pull up to the spot. We got you. You decided to walk in here on your own. So because you decided to walk in here on your own, you were expected to pay up. Okay? We're not going to just let you walk out of here and you didn't ran up $2,000. What you thought this was? Who? But he had no money. So he's broke, allegedly. And he's probably, they say it's like rich people broke and regular people broke. But I don't know because he wasn't able to pay that bill. He literally was like, my life is effed up right now. Just take me to jail because he ain't have it. And what makes it worse for me is that the fact that he was around all of these other people, right? And they're trying to explain this AB, he can make that amount of money in 2 weeks. He can make that money in a day or whatever. Like, but he ain't got it now. We're talking about now. Give me the money now. You don't have it now to pay. You don't have it now to pay because you try to run up on out of here. And the security stopped you at the door like, whoa, did you pay your bill? You didn't pay. So either you pay or you go to jail. And nobody else around him had no money to pay. And he's being recorded, being embarrassed, and you're around your friends. Those aren't your friends. Those aren't your friends. Those aren't your friends. Because if you're hanging around people who also let me say it properly. If you're hanging around people who also do not have money, that's a problem if you go out somewhere. I can guarantee you my bestie bae, now if we go out somewhere and I don't have it or she doesn't have it, one of us got it. Because if we don't got it, we not going. And if we are going and we only have a certain amount of money, we're only going to eat and drink a certain amount to make sure we can pay the tab. What we're never going to do is allow somebody to rightfully embarrass us on the internet. And you are a famous person and you're embarrassed now all over the internet because you don't have enough money to pay your tab. Those are not your people. Those are not your people. You ranting and raving talking about this AB, da. No. That's part of the reason why they started filming in the first place, because they figured out who he was. So now he's embarrassed all over the internet. Y'all ain't got no money and he gonna have to spend a night or two in jail and face the charges to pay the money tomorrow. Later. He said that too. He's like, you'll have your money by tomorrow. They said, no, we want our money now. Did you eat tomorrow? Did you wait till tomorrow to drink them drinks? To eat this food up in here? We need our money now. Like Medea said, did I mail my work? You ain't finna mail me no check. They said we want our money and we need it now. You better call JG Wentworth or somebody because you not walking up out of here without paying. And that's embarrassing. Yep. I was going to let him have it. I was going to leave him alone with the podcast thing. But this one is just too much. I hope that whatever he's going through, because he said his life was effed up right now. I hope that whatever he is going through, that he really gets the help that he needs. Whatever, substance or drink or whatever he's on, I really hope that he puts it down and he just cleans. So I hope this wakes him up a little bit. I don't know. I don't know him like that. I don't follow him like that, of course. But I really hope that he can turn it around because he needs to turn it around ASAP Rocky style. Yeah, that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. I would never be friends with my friends ever again if go out and I'm embarrassed like that. Because they expecting you to have a tab and you don't even got the tab. They should have made sure you had the tab before you walked up in there. Just my opinion. I'm just delivering the news. That is the last topic on tonight's discussion for our Tuesday huddle. Thank you so much for watching and tuning in. Make sure you're liking, sharing, and subscribing on all social media platforms at PG Love Sports. Hit your bell notifications so you can get notifications every time I am on the live. Please feel free to chat with me and talk with me while I'm on live. I love to chit chat, obviously, as you can see. That's why I'm on here. My new schedule is going to be going up where I'm going to be doing shows that is going to be posted on Instagram. And if you want to support in any way, you can go to pglovesports.org for all the merch, and subscribe to the Playmakers Press. It's a free digital newspaper that goes out every Tuesday. All I need is your email address. You can go to prettygirlsmedia.com, click newspaper, scroll to the bottom, and just put your email address in. I need your email addresses, so put them in there because I need more subscribers. Please and thank you. I'm not asking for much. Okay? I love you all. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for supporting me. I really do appreciate it. Make sure you have a great and awesome Wednesday tomorrow. Okay? I will see y'all Thursday for the Thursday